I also have a master's degree in project planning and management. So the question was like this: what kind of degrees were you pursuing in school? The degrees we know, or the degrees I know, are babies. Can you imagine you have degrees on papers and you are losing this marriage? Yet all these women who are in this home, none of them has a degree. None of them went to school the way you've gone to school. Maybe they just tried or something like that. But all of them have babies. 8, 9, 10 babies. So how are those degrees helping you? It was very, very painful. Very painful. I didn't know what to do. Someone telling you that at a time you've just come desperately with your baby, dead baby, you want to bury. You are equally hungry. Your body is still swollen because of those complications. You are anemic because of bleeding that began when you were 3 months. You've been bleeding until 6 months. You are pale. Your skin is pale. Your eyes are whitish. You are pale. You have no blood in the body. You just want someone to tell you, Pole, you have tried. Yes, this has never been in this home. None of my children has gone through this. But for your case, yes, we are seeing something strange. But Pole, just sorry. And just be given a cup of water. Then you are welcome. You arrive in the home with degrees being useless. It pained me. It pained me so much. Then I was not saved. And that is why I was so much hurt. But when I got saved, I forgave them. When I got saved, I forgave them. I forgave them first, then asked God to forgive me. I too repented my sins. And the Lord came my way. What were these pregnancy complications like? Someone could be outside there, and maybe you've gone through some or all or even more than I've gone through. Let's share and see how we handled. I will tell you how I went about my pregnancy complications, now that it was a spiritual attack. You will also share with me how you went about your problem for the glory of God. I used to have weird dreams in the night. Sometimes I would dream of an owl, the bird. Once I'll see that all in the dream or in the night. I will even wake up with that sound of that all, the way it behaved in the dream. That morning, I'd lose the pregnancy. And sometimes I would just be pregnant and just imagine about that all, or think about it. Suddenly it will just come in my thoughts. And all of us know that an all represents bad omen. An all is a representation, or is a spirit, is an indicator of a spirit of bad luck. Sometimes I could also dream about crossing a river, and I'm walking. I walk in the waters as I cross the river. And the river would look like it has so many crocodiles. You and me know that a crocodile signifies a spirit of destruction. And for sure, the following morning, bleeding will begin. The spirit of destruction will have hit. Remember, his mission is to steal, kill, and destroy. So, the following morning, I begin bleeding like that until I lose the pregnancy. Sometimes I will dream about giving someone something in the dream. I will not even remember what I gave. But maybe like I had a wallet or a handbag, and I took something from the bag and gave it out. Anything a woman puts in a purse or a bag is a treasure. So that means I have given something valuable out to someone I know nothing about. So that means I have given something I value to a spirit. Those of you or those of us who understand demonic exchange can understand better. Once I give out in that dream, I took something from my wallet, gave it out. The following morning, bleeding begins again. I never understood all this. I had concentrated to fight in the physical. Every time I would lose a pregnancy in this hospital, 2 times consecutively, I would now begin thinking about looking for another better hospital. According to me, this gynecologist is unexperienced or not much more experienced. Like, he never did his best to protect my pregnancy. I will blame everyone, all doctors, nurses, the nurse that greeted me, the first one in the morning. I will take the blame to her or him and say, he's the reason why I have lost the baby that day. I never understood that problems begin in the spirit. And I never understood that losing a pregnancy too begins in the spirit. And even if I knew that the problem was in the spirit and I was to handle it in the spirit, remember, at that particular time, I used to visit herbalists and witches, thinking that they will solve the problem in the spirit. Sometimes I will give birth, literally giving birth in the dream to a baby. And look like I'm celebrating. It would look like my husband is happy. He is also celebrating. Then I wake up in the dream. That morning, when I wake up, pregnancy complications begin. Spotting begins, bleeding begins, and I lose the pregnancy. I never understood that giving birth in the dream means you have given birth in the spirit, and so that baby you are carrying will not manifest in the physical. Those are revelations I knew nothing about. In fact, I would wake up with a mood of celebration. Like, Aki, this time around, I'm going to give birth. Only to wake up. On my way to the short call, spotting begins. Such kind of dreams, and many more, brought so much problems in my life. There are also effects of those complications, of those dreams, of everything I went through in the process of, looking for a baby. Now that I had conceived many times, losing 27 pregnancies is not losing 1 or 2 times. Though if you have lost, if you are a woman, even if you've lost once, the pain is the same. It's too much pain to lose a baby. So much pain. Every woman wants to be a mother, especially first-time mothers. Because of these many complications I had, something developed in my womb. The doctor told me, Bridget, you have a womb prolapse. It was something womb prolapse or uterus prolapse. Those are terms I've forgotten, something like that. I remember when I used to go and when I wanted to go and help myself, I would take so much time because something used to go down from the womb, down the cervix, and be very painful. Very painful. Something huge. Like it wants to come out. After easing myself or something, when I want to stand up, I will take like an hour just to be okay. All those complications made me to begin bleeding. So I became a woman with the issue of blood. Bleeding became part of me. Lower abdominal pains every time because of the prolapse and bleeding. I never enjoyed my marriage those days. I never knew how